The genius of silent cinema, Charlie Chaplin was one of the most famous actors, directors, and comedians in the history of cinema. He is best known for his iconic character, the Tramp, a funny little man with a bowler hat, a small mustache, a cane, and oversized shoes. Even though he performed in silent films with no spoken words, his work touched millions of people around the world. His story is both inspiring and emotional, filled with creativity, hardship, and lasting success. Early life and struggles. Charlie Chaplin was born on April 16, 1889, in London, England. His full name was Charles Spencer Chaplin. He grew up in extreme poverty. His father was an alcoholic and died when Charlie was still a child. His mother, who was a singer and actress, suffered from mental illness and was eventually placed in a mental hospital. Charlie and his brother Sidney spent time in workhouses and orphanages. Life was difficult, but Charlie discovered his talent for entertaining others at a young age. By the age of 5, he was performing on stage. He joined a group of child performers and later worked with a famous British comedy troupe called the Fred Carnot Company. This gave him experience in acting and traveling, which eventually led him to America. Hollywood and the rise of the Tramp. In 1913, Charlie Chaplin traveled to the United States and signed a contract with Keystone Studios. A year later, he introduced the world to his most famous character, the Tramp. This character was poor, but full of charm, dignity, and humor. People loved him immediately. Chaplin's films were silent, but his body language and facial expressions said more than words ever could. He used slapstick comedy, a type of physical humor, along with deep emotional storytelling. His movies made people laugh and cry at the same time. Some of his most famous silent films include The Kid, 1921, a heartwarming story of a man who cares for an abandoned child. The Gold Rush, 1925, a funny and touching film about survival and dreams during the Klondike Gold Rush. City Lights, 1931, a romantic comedy about a poor man helping a blind flower girl. Modern Times, 1936, a clever film about how machines and industry affect human life. Sound films and controversy. When sound films, also called talkies, became popular, many silent film stars disappeared. But Chaplin continued to make successful films using his own style. One of his most important movies was The Great Dictator, 1940, a bold political satire in which Chaplin mocked Adolf Hitler and spoke out against fascism and hatred. It was his first full-sound film and included a powerful speech about peace, freedom, and unity. Despite his fame, Chaplin faced criticism and political trouble in the United States. Some people accused him of having communist beliefs during the Cold War. In 1952, while traveling to Europe, he was banned from returning to America. He lived the rest of his life in Switzerland with his family. Later life and honors Chaplin continued to make films, but at a slower pace. In 1972, after 20 years of exile, he returned to the United States to receive a Special Academy Award, Oscar, for his contribution to cinema. He received a long-standing ovation, one of the longest in Oscar history. Charlie Chaplin died on December 25, 1977, at the age of 88. Even after his death, his legacy lives on. He is remembered as a true master of film, a man who turned pain into laughter and silence into a universal language. Why Charlie Chaplin still matters. Chaplin's work is still studied in film schools and admired by filmmakers today. He taught the world that comedy is not just about jokes. It's about humanity, timing, and heart. His movies are still watched around the world, and many people believe that no one has matched his unique blend of humor and emotion. For English learners, watching Charlie Chaplin films can help you understand how much can be said without words. His stories are simple yet powerful, and his expressions are easy to follow. You can learn about storytelling, body language, and even some English culture through his work. Famous quotes by Charlie Chaplin. 1. A day without laughter is a day wasted. 2. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. 3. Life is a tragedy when seen in close-up, but a comedy in long shot. Conclusion. Charlie Chaplin's life is an amazing journey from poverty to worldwide fame. He used humor to overcome sadness and gave the world unforgettable moments of joy. Through his timeless films, he taught us to be kind, to laugh, and to stay hopeful, even in difficult times. Whether you are a film lover, an English learner, or someone looking for inspiration, Charlie Chaplin's story has something to offer. His silent voice still speaks loudly in every corner of the world.